This is Dave Johnston with Day Trade the Markets. We've just been entered along here on a crude trade. We're looking at a 2-minute chart of the September crude contract. We're just looking really at today's, so I'll just kind of stretch this out a little bit. So on the chart here you can see Friday's action for most of Friday. See here, starting in here, going through the lift that we had late Friday, the pullback and the strong close. Here's today's opening. You can see we've gone up quickly here, or at least early in the day, not quickly but early. This magenta bar is significant in our view because it's the most aggressive selling bar that we have, and as you can see there was no follow through of that selling at all. Now it's broken through slightly above it, so I've just gone ahead and placed an order 1 tick above the high of this magenta bar. And so we're long now from 45.37. So that's kind of the lay of the land at the moment. We have been in, well, very long term a down move in the down auction in the crude, but of late it's been having some pretty good lift. And that's why we're in on the long side here. So we've gone ahead and entered a trade. So I'm going to go ahead, just got filled on this just as I started the recording, so I want to go ahead and put in a protective sell stop. And so I'm just going to move this chart or just spread it out a little bit more here so we can see today's action in a little bit more detail. So okay, there we go. So here's that magenta bar, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line right across the top of that bar right here. And that's at 36. We're long at 37. So that's kind of our barrier with expectation that the market's going to hold above that. Now, you can see when the market did consolidate in here and then move up through, it did so not on super aggressive buying, but on pretty good aggressive buying, which is this light green bar. The darker green is even more aggressive buying, and the strongest is blue. We don't have one of those today. So I really don't want to see the market get much below this surge of buying that came in here. So I'll just go ahead, I'll make a note here of the low of this bar. And the low of this bar is at 32. Now we do have another bar over here, right in here, that popped up and then came back down again. So we've broken through not only the high of this bar here, but the high of this magenta bar as well. So we know the high of the magenta is at 36, and we're going to take the high of this bar right here, which is at 27. So I'm going to go ahead and place my protective sell stop. We're long from 37, so I'm going to just place it a couple ticks below that 27 there. Let's place it at 25. Okay, so we got a sell stop in there at 25, and so it's a 12-tick risk. It's not a lot, but you know, it's don't really like to make trades more than that in the crude. It is starting to move up nicely, and usually what I do, I've been talking in this one, but I usually like to take a profit comparable to what the stop is. So that would, we just got filled on that. So okay, 12 ticks on the first two. Now what I want to do, now that it's looks like it's going to have some more up move, and it's now taken out the high of this green bar, I'm going to adjust the sell stop here. So we're now long only 2. So I'm going to reduce that down to just 2 contracts, obviously, because we only got 2 contracts in. And I said that the low of this green bar right here is at 32. So I'm going to raise this stop here to 29. And we're still risking 8 ticks here. You know, now, okay, it's moving up 51, 52. Okay, we're up 15, 16, 17. So I'm actually going to go ahead and raise this stop. I'm going to put it right at break even, right at 37 right there. Okay, so we made 12 ticks on the first 2. That's 24 total. Okay, we got a nice green bar in here. So this stop does tend to make sense because this is fairly aggressive buying. That's our second strongest aggression on the buy side. And you can see the low of this bar is right here at 41. Okay, and we have our stop at break even at 37. So I'm just going to leave that in the way it is right now. Hopefully we can continue to get some follow through on here. I'm not yet going to place an objective on this crude trade I'll take another look at some other charts. I'm going to pause the recording right now. We've got our break-even stop in, and I will pick up the recording when needed, or as the market dictates. Okay, just restarted the recording. We just had that little bit of a dip here, as you can see in the previous bar. Came into our green one here with this dip here. The low of that bar, let's just check it. I think it's 45. It's 46. Okay, so I'm going to raise the stop up here to 43. So I'll just take this. I'll put that stop at 43. This low here is at 46, so 3 ticks on the other side. So we've locked in 6 ticks on the second half of the position at this point. I was saying a moment ago that what is our kind of our objective here, and we're really looking at somewhere in the $46 area. We're at 45.63 right now, so it's got some room to move. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'll just kind of squeeze this chart a little bit here, and there's 46 up there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put, we're going to sell one up here at, let's see, let's call it, yeah, let's put it at 87. Okay, we'll put it at, so we're going to try and sell one on a limit at 87. There we go. So we do have one objective in there at any rate, rather than only using a trailing stop, because I think in the 46 or just a little bit below that is probably a bit of a resistance area. So we'll leave that in for now, and I'll go ahead and pause the recording once again and pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, just restarted the recording. The market has backed off again, back down to that last. Okay, there we just got filled. So just 6 on the second 2 contracts there. So 12 total on that, and 12 each on the first 2. So what's that? A total of 12 and 12 and 12. So that's 36 ticks on that particular trade. And we were in that trade. I think we got in right around here. Can't remember the exact time, but roughly about a 35 minute trade on that. So I still think this market is good to go to the upside. Here is the blue line that I had placed on here, which was our entry, or 1 tick above it. I still think this is probably a good area of support. I need to cancel this right for the moment though. So at any rate, that's a trade in the September crude contract for Monday, August 15th, 2016. If you'd like any more information on our software and services, just get a hold of us at info@daytradethemarkets.com. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you next time.